Hey guys, my name is Nathalie Guillen and I am the college ambassador for Brown Issues.
Hi guys, my name is Velveth and I am the Brown Issues advisor.
And today we're here in the 831 enjoying hosting the Salinas Poetry Night. So we're really excited to see what the local talent has to offer us.
It's important to have these events because it's a form of way to stay connected with the community and also for people to come out and show support and also like speaking up for them.
And it's also very important for us to create these safe spaces for folks to know that, you know, conversations or topics of interest that they might have are also held by other members of the community. And I think that's a very important aspect of these poetry nights because it also functions as an open mic space so that folks can really verbalize what's been on their mind, what's on their heart space as well.
Keep in touch, we will have more poetry nights. If you missed today, we will have some extra ones moving forward. And honestly, just keeping up to date with our posts. There's always new information every single day.
I would also add to that, I think it's really important, as Carlos was just speaking to, like connecting with folks. Like maybe these are one of the few times that, you know, people have to just connect with each other and the importance of staying connected.
I fought as hard as I could. At 11 years old was the first time I understood I have no support and no team. Not only because I was consuming anything to numb the pain, it was mostly because no one paved the way for me to walk on. As I was in survival mode most of my childhood, I never experienced a childhood, only the neighborhood. As I never saw a bigger picture, no clue what's out there for someone like me, lost my ability to dream.
I was raised with stories of La Llorona, El Cucuy, and La Migra. You see, the first two scared children. The last scared the entire familia. I was raised hearing about and seeing my people being torn apart by immigration. Children crying because their parents are facing deportation. It's evil and they know it, but they still persisted on separating families. Yeah, this shit is sickening. So I mean no apologies. ICE be acting like it's ISIS terrorizing families. So when we see them rolling through communities, we see them as a threat. That's why we yell, fuck ICE every chance we get. You see, I was raised with a double identity. And I developed a love and hate for this nation simultaneously. Its well-advertised legacy as a home of the free allows for people to dream. It gives people the bravery to leave their families, to go seek better tomorrows in the land of opportunities of which America always speaks. But when the objective is reached, after long nights in the cold and scorching days in the heat, with the desire to support family down south, even with no money to eat, with the will to work for the minimum, 7 days of the week, it isn't the Statue of Liberty who they have the pleasure to meet. It's either the hungry, huddled masses segregated into the kids, the he's, the she's, surrounded by chain link fences on top of floors of concrete, reminiscent of Dao Chow in 1933. The Nazis' first concentration camp, if you want a fan of history. Or they're met with an unsure, unwelcome existence in American society with the realization that the American dream is sold separately with high interest and an expensive fee, and with the realization that America, well, it isn't as accepting as some people make it seem.
I have a couple poems to share with y'all today. They're very different, but I'm very excited. This is my first time performing them, so please bear with me. And the first one is called Tóxica, and it's for all the women who were always told they were too much. So, Tóxica. Todo lo que he pasado, balada tras balada, one dedicatoria after another. Como disco rayado, over and over. The same songs I'm told remind you of me. Consecutive tequila shots que llevan mi nombre. Y yo queriendo tu apellido. Mi ex tenía razón. ¿Les suena? A ti sí te creo. Cuando me dices, mi amor. Until, former, past, gone. A cold cup of coffee. Un mezcal demasiado reposado. Aislada, alone. Always a lesson. I'm better because of you, not with you. Another faded memory to a broken record playing. That same gut feeling telling me I've seen this before, but this time it'll be different. My guard down, heart and arms wide open. Shoulders trained to carry heavy loads, so you feel confident that yours won't break this back. But one day, it just might crack. And the words dramática, too much, tóxica will pepper the arguments followed by radio silence. Yo que en confianza te conté mis miedos. Tú los vuelves pesadillas. Only the flicker of hope remains, illuminating the dark night of your absence. And now, what's next? This next one is called This is Nuestra America. And I'm sure you guys have heard the song by Childish Gambino. It's like, this is America, right? And I don't know if you guys have heard of Calle 13, but they made a response. René, specifically from Calle 13, made a response to that song. And like, he's like, this is not America, I think is his title. And so that inspired this poem. So, this is Nuestra America. And people try to white-splain it to me. Like these Frisco streets and uni seats didn't raise me. Like Spanglish isn't my mother tongue, and justice my birthright on indigenous relatives' land. Hasta la victoria siempre, la victoria. Barrio de mi mami in the city of kings. We were born radical and royal. Merging of concepts and worlds. Yo soy de aquí, with a lot of allá. Una realidad we face day to day. Not domestic enough, and far too foreign. Speak English like a wasp, but nombre and apellido still differentiate you. And yet we don't lower our gaze, porque somos más americanos. Pero how do you explain to a society that believes in borders, that dualities coexist, harmoniously at that? That peace and equality are not a threat, but to an exploitative structure. Que desde hace tiempo este continente camina. Across neighborhoods interconnected, by eagle's wings, bright as quetzal feathers, snuggled in condor nests. Pulling at your heartstrings, enduring centuries of theft. Desde el norte, continuamos latiendo con el sur. Y colorín colorado, esta lucha ha empezado. Gracias.
This poem is about my cousin who passed away 2 years ago from a fentanyl overdose. So I'm kind of sharing a story about him. And I'm sharing my story about the grief that I had to deal with after that. So thank you guys. Fuck fentanyl. I miss you, Jew. I miss you so much, I don't know why the streets chose you. There's no fucking grief book on what to do. I still can't believe it's true. I miss you, Jew. Why? Why? Why was it you? I'm so tired of these whys, as if asking why can stop making me cry. I was told to bury my guilt with you, but I still can't wrap these feelings on why it had to be you. Fuck fentanyl. No one told me about the pain grief gives. I walk around every day like I don't got a fucking will to live. Was drinking every goddamn day because I don't want to relive the moment I knew. I'm so sorry, Jew. I'll never forget you. You were just a kid. I don't blame you though. You don't know what you did. As a man in the streets of Sacramento, how could we blame you? I don't want you to think that we shame you, because in our eyes, you're still an angel. Long live you. Another angel that's a victim to the drug abuse on the streets of Sacramento. And if I was able to talk to you one more time, I would say, I miss you always. I love you forever. You were my best friend, and now I live in your honor. I hope you're proud of me, because everything I do, I will always think of you. Julango Brazy. Thank you.
Okay, this is nerve-wracking.
I look in the mirror and I see someone I despise. I walk away from reflections to avoid my own vibes. Dress a certain way now and present myself differently because I've had that clothing conviction. Crazy how one day I'm showing my skin to it now mentally holding confliction. But I can still see that young girl who would watch hours of hourglass videos in ways to have the perfect body figure. I'd stop myself from eating for a day or two just to be over the moon with myself. As the years go by, I've been content to some point, but damn, does the media still show new objectives to be met?
Arturo has something called Varrio Voices, right? If you want to get some more of your stories out there, reach out to him. He's also been filming the whole night, so go ahead and connect with him. Clap it up one more time for Arturo.
The first poem that I'm going to be sharing today, potentially two. I'm a little nervous about the second one, but the first one is because at a certain time, I always felt like we were always put down. At a certain time, I felt like, my gente, mi raza, my community was always criminalized, dismissed, or just diminished in any kind of way. Yet I found that it is very important to find what helps us shine, to help us find what it makes us, to help us find what makes us resilient in the community, in our own journeys también. We come home to the smell of tortillas, borrachos, and grandmas of perfume. It's night now, and it's real dark. There ain't no full moon, there ain't no light in my heart. Thinking is all I know, that's all I seem to do. I'll be thinking about what's the next thing I might have to go through. So I think myself to sleep, convincing myself it'll be all right. That sparks a flame in my heart that lightens up the night. The next morning, I rise, and the sun, for some reason, shines, even though the clouds put up a front. So me and my kind, we shine too, aunque muchos no ven what we've gone through.
Hi everyone, my name's Kimberly Gudino. This is also my very first time performing a poem and it hits close to home, so I hope you all like it. Protect street vendors at all costs and at all levels. They are mothers, fathers, our favorite tías y abuelos. To make ends meet, they walk Notorious Street. From Allison Road to Williams Road to Market Street, they make the hood pop. Pop in color, in culture, and flavor that reconnects us to our home. Pop in color, in culture, and flavor that lights up our world. Pop in color, in culture, and flavor that takes me home. My favorite is the corn con mayonesa, queso y valentina, y también los raspados de vainilla. That's the order that makes me feel warm, that makes me feel safe. And that's the order that makes me feel connected to my mother's grace. You see, street vendors provide more than just food. Every item comes with a side of nostalgia, a feeling that feels so good. It keeps me grounded. It waters my roots. The streetcar and colorful umbrella is iconic. You'll find it in every hood. It is a symbol of resilience, hard work, and perseverance. And from my experience, that is the truth. There is something about them that inspires. Maybe it's the way they navigate through this effed up world and still show up with a smile. Or maybe it's knowing that they are the most vulnerable and simultaneously the bravest. There is no doubt in my mind that my people are the greatest. So at all costs and at all levels, we must honor and protect street vendors. With love, a daughter of a street vendor.